Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Frankfort Report. I can't believe I'm here again. I can't believe you're here again. If there is anybody here, let me see in the chat. Is this working here? Did I do this right? Anybody in the chat? Hello, is there anybody here? Welcome. Thank you very much for being here today. And what a wonderful day it is today. I'll tell you. All those bastards out there that didn't believe in me. All those bastards that are out there praying, wishing to watch me fall and just explode. Well, to you I say, good day, kind sir. Today is my day. Because do you know what happened today? I had my city council meeting. For my Forest Hill project at 1 Thelma, the best project in the entire city of Toronto. And guess what I got today? How was my day, Charlotte? My day was absolutely fantastic. Regardless of the ridiculous process that you have to go through in order to get housing on the market, my day was great because I got approved today. I got approved today. Yeah, look at that guy. That's me.
Can you
Outside
say
City Hall.
approved?
There's no volume, apparently. But
'Cause
I'm
I
dancing
can.
and singing because I'm so excited.
Approved
And I wonder if we're
in
having another
Toronto.
issue with the audio. Thank you, Charlotte.
yeah.
Congratulations to me.
Oh yeah.
Yee-haw.
Oh, yeah.
I hope we
We're
don't have another problem
approved.
with the audio. But there you go. There you have it. With everything, everybody, all the neighbors against me, right? Everybody just trying to make sure that I don't get this project approved. Well, guess what? It seems like things are changing a little bit in the city. Things are changing because I don't know when I put the application in. I feel like we put it in around February, March, maybe April. Yeah, I think like April. And so here we are, January. I'm going to say April, May. Because I don't remember getting the application in as fast as I was hoping for. But that's a whole other story. But somewhere in the April range. And so here we are now, December. I am approved. Chris T, great start time. Main reason I remembered. Well, what does that say about you, okay? I don't know. This just fits nicely in my schedule at this time. What does it say about you, Chris T, remembering it for that reason? I don't know what to say about that. But anyways, enough about you, Chris T. It's about me right now. This is the Frankfort Report. And today's a big day because, no comment. Today is a big day because if you know anything about what's going on in development and planning here in the city of Toronto, which you probably don't, I don't expect that you should, but maybe that's why you're here. I don't friggin' know. But if you know anything, well, you know that things are changing and you've got, lots of new ideas floating around out there, most of which are all under appeal by some bastards or some other property owners in other areas. I think most of the policy that we base our development and planning on is under appeal and probably will be for eternity. But right now, we have an approval. We've got an approval, and we're so great. We're the greatest. It's the greatest. No, but this is a great property. There's nothing like it. I don't care what everybody says. There is literally nothing like this one. But what's great is it's in one of these MTSA zones or PMTSA zones, maybe. But it's in an area where they have decided that they want more intensification. And it's also on a neighborhood street with a bunch of houses. And so you can see how, some people would probably be upset on the street that now all of a sudden there's going to be this beautiful, unbelievably beautiful new luxury condominium at the end of the street. Well, I guess at the beginning of the street, depending on your perspective. But yeah, here we go. I got my approvals, which means all this hard work, all of this dealing with neighbors and politicians and finance people and everybody that I have to deal with on a daily basis. Well, here we are. We have a beautiful 7-story building on Thelma Avenue inside of the neighborhood. This is record-breaking stuff here, folks. This is cutting-edge stuff. And wait, my friends, wait till you see what I am going to build there. This is not your typical build. This is not going to be your typical project. This is not going to be your luxury project. It's just not. It's going to be real. It's going to be a hotel-style building. If you live here, you're going to feel like you are in a hotel. What? Yes, Mr. Frankfort. Can I get your car, Mr. Frankfort? What would you like to eat this evening, Mr. Frankfort? Would you like turn-down service in your suite, Mrs. Frankfort? This is the kind of stuff you're going to hear around there. Now, am I going to live in this thing? Wow, I hope so. I have my eye on one of those units, one of those main floor units with backyard. Like, how cool is that? How cool would it be to have, it's almost like having a house because they're 2,500 square feet. I think the one that I'm looking at is 2,000 square feet on the main floor with a backyard, bro. Like, that's amazing. How many doors total? Well, normally when we talk about doors, we're not talking about condominiums, but there's 24 units currently proposed. They are gigantic. The smallest units are 1,980 square feet. The biggest unit is about 2,800 square foot penthouse. Holy, okay. 2,800 square feet, wrap around terrace. So like 1, 2, 3 sides, all for the unit. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. Is that something Trump would say? It's beautiful. I don't know, but it's gonna be unbelievable. And whoever buys that thing, I mean, wow. Can you imagine? You can look north. You can look south. No, Charlotte, they're not too big. This is what people want. These people are already living in like 10,000 square feet, 14,000, 20,000 square feet. These are people that have garages under their garage. Okay, they have car washes in their garage. Okay, and they want more space. They want walk-in closets and they want laundry rooms. They want things, and they're used to having things because they can afford things, right? This is not your typical. There won't be any affordable units in this thing. And I'm sorry if you are a social justice warrior. I'm sorry if you are an affordable advocate. And listen, there should be affordable houses, but not here. There should be affordable houses. There should be affordable units. And we can talk about that because I am going to have to build 11. I don't think they're considered affordable. One is considered affordable, but I'm going to have to build 11 units at another project in order to replace the rentals on this thing. And that's a whole other story. But, I mean, Forest Hill is not an affordable area. The whole point of Forest Hill, the whole allure of Forest Hill is that you need money to live there, or you need to be in an old apartment that you have been in forever. Okay. And even then, like, really, if your landlord's not a moron and has been raising the rent every year, at least as much as they're allowed, then you should be at a pretty hefty rental rate in there as well. And most stuff in Forest Hill is expensive, and especially if you own a house, right? And so, although we should have affordable housing, I am a strong believer that we need housing that people can afford to live in. We also need really nice places for really rich people to live. And I mean, that might sound stupid. That might sound crazy, but that's true. Like, rich people need housing, don't they? Rich people need a roof over their head. Should they have to go live somewhere else because we can't provide it for him because people in the neighborhood want to block this type of housing for some reason? Like, what the hell? Projected dollar per square foot. Well, I don't know. It's a good question. We're not going to launch for a while, right? And I don't know what the environment's going to be like, but it won't be cheap. I can tell you that much. It will not be cheap. If you're here, by the way, for some reason, okay, if you're here and you like what's going on, hit subscribe, press a like, say something in the chat. Hey, Silverchair, what's going on? One of the Twitter bear gang. Am I a bear? Am I a bull? Am I part of a gang? No. Market is wild. Yes, the market is absolutely wild. And I spoke to one of my partners last night. He's got a lot of projects, and most of them, I mean, he's a partner with me on this one, which is exciting for him, of course, because it's the best project in the world. And this product is actually still moving. I don't give a shit what you say or where you got your info from. The truth is that although slow, everything's moving slow, but for the right product in the right area. And I don't think there's a right price because, I mean, the last thing that sold, and you can look it up. This is public knowledge. I'm pretty sure I have it somewhere. One Roxborough, North Drive. They crushed it. One Roxborough. And this is like right on Yonge Street. It's a taller building. I think it's like 14 stories, maybe 15, maybe 12, maybe 11. I don't know. But it's like still kind of boutique-ish. It's in Rosedale, One Roxborough, and that thing sold for like $2,800 a foot. Okay? So I think One Thelma in the Village, okay? Luxury hotel style living. Okay, I think that is better than other options. Okay, that's just my opinion. And of course, I'm going to have that opinion, but it's true. This thing is going to be different. Best architect in the city, right? This thing is going to be like so beautiful. We're copying a French hotel, the Four Seasons. I mean, this thing is, there's only 24. Okay, so like if you want to live in a village, in a boutique, luxury style hotel kind of building, where else are you going to live? Okay, where else are you going to live? And honestly, like if you move to Yorkville and you're in one of those buildings in Yorkville, like, do you really like living in Yorkville? Is it really all it's cracked up to be? Or is it just Crazyville all the time? Right? And OnlyFans girls and, it's like, there's bums on the street. There's tents. It's downtown. It's Crazyville. It's Crazyville. And soon the protests will be in Yorkville because, I mean, you can't have nice things. You just can't have nice things. Speaking of not being able to have nice things, if this next thing happens, like, I'm out. I'm out of here. Okay? I'm out of here. What is this crap? Okay? Honestly. Can I get this up on the screen? Can I do this? I believe you should see what I'm looking at right now. Chrystia Freeland to announce Liberal leadership bid soon. Soon? When is soon? Former Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland will announce her intention to run for the Liberal Party leadership just before the U.S. presidential inauguration. A source close to her campaign team said Monday. Well, okay. I mean, a source. Now we get into tariffs, and I'm sure she can do something about the tariffs. Okay. So, did I do that right? Is everything okay? Are you seeing what I... Okay, perfect. Okay, so Chrystia Freeland is now apparently in the race, even though she hasn't really jumped in. She's in the race, and she's going to officially jump in right before Trump gets inaugurated. If that happens, it looks like there's a whole faction of people trying to make sure that Trump doesn't get into office. But I suppose that's a whole other story. Right now, we have Chrystia Freeland and that Indian dude, these are the people that could be running the Liberal Party in the near future. Jesus Christ almighty, this is nuts. Sorry, I'm poor and I like having land, therefore I live far away. And listen, I mean, this is a choice, right? These are options that we have, right? These are options that we have. But again, rich, wealthy people need houses too. And I will die on that hill. Hopefully I don't have to die on that hill, but I'm willing to. You know what I mean. Who's out there in the chat still? Anybody out there in the chat? Let me see a hi. Let me get a sub. Let me get a thumbs up and a like, because this show is the best. There is also a billionaire from Quebec is running as well for leadership. Oh, yeah? Who cares? He's from Quebec. No one's going to take that seriously. Forget about it. Nobody wants to listen to the French accent all the time. Remember, John Christian? Want to listen to this man all the day. I don't want to listen to the French accent all the day. Can't do it. Fuck that shit. No fucking way, okay? I'd rather have the Indian dude, okay? I would much rather have the Indian dude than a French dude. I'm just saying. I don't care where they were born. No French. No French, okay? So, but we got Chrystia Freeland in the race now, and that's just that. So what else is going on? We've got more, of the, I guess, invasion talk here. This is the main reason that some of you might even be here is, are we being invaded? Is Canada being invaded by the United States? Have we already been invaded by China? Have we been invaded by India? It would seem of late that we have been invaded by India. And previously it seemed like we were invaded by China. And now we've got the big bad wolf to the south, our big straight brother who is threatening to take our stuff. So that all is not good. Not good at all. Not good at all. And we've seen yesterday, we saw that, Jagmeet Singh is flexing his muscles and he's saying, if you tariff us, we're going to tariff you back. And this is what Canadians want. And we're willing to fight for our identity as Canadians. And maybe I didn't think about the cutting off the energy thing completely. So I'm going to say let's start with the natural resources, the minerals, the minerals that they need. We're going to start with the minerals. We're going to fight back with the minerals. Okay, so we're going to fight back with the minerals. That's good. That's a great idea. Fight back with the minerals. And let's see where that gets us. And now it's not only Big Jag that's talking like this, right? I mean, it started with this video. Let me see if I can get this thing up. And one moment, please. Okay. It all started with this video here. I don't know why it jumps every single time.
Mr. Polyev, Elon Musk seems to be a fan of yours. He tweeted a 100% emoji recently in response to a tweet that says, Pierre Polyev is extremely impressive. He should be Canada's next leader. The sooner, the better. I'm wondering what you think of this, and do you accept his endorsement?
And unfortunately, this man here, who we all think, is really well-spoken and primed to be the next leader of this country, unfortunately, the next few words that came out of his mouth were not great.
In French and English, please.
Well,
French and English. Why? Like, honestly.
Well, first of all, my 3-year-old has just told me that he wants to go to Mars. So I guess Mr. Musk would be the right guy to put him in touch with.
That did not go over well. It did not come out well. And we're going to forgive you because of what you say next.
the fact is that it'd be nice if we could convince Mr. Musk to open some of his factories here in Canada.
I don't believe we've had a response yet from Mr. Musk, which is interesting.
Create some jobs, high-paying jobs for our people. I think Tesla, his company, is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, automotive company in the world. Wouldn't it be nice if we were producing more without corporate welfare, without corporate subsidies like the Liberals favor? We had more of that production here in Canada. I think that would be fantastic. So if I ever get a chance to meet Mr. Musk, what I would say is, how do we make this an economy where we bring home hundreds of billions of dollars of investment to Canada so that our people get the paychecks? And why is it that after 9 years of NDP Liberals, it's Americans that are getting all the paychecks and all the growth?
I think he makes a good point. And I think there are ways to fight back with those guys, and it's definitely not the way that Jagmeet's going about it. But Jagmeet's got like an ally in his bruteness and his offensive strategy to fight back against these guys in the States, right? I don't trust Musk, nor do I like Musk, Charlotte says. That's a whole other subject. Who knows? Is he the Antichrist, or is he just a great guy and he getting a bad rap? Who the hell knows? It doesn't matter. We've got our buddy Dougie Ford who said it out loud. So let's hear him say it out loud. One moment, please. Okay, I think I screwed that up. Give me 1 second, and here we go.
When our country, our province is under attack economically, you just don't roll over. You know, maybe I come from a different school. I believe in negotiating through strength, not weakness. And when you look at the things that the U.S. needs, the U.S. needs
Doug Ford knows what the U.S. needs.
Aluminum from Quebec.
Aluminum. They don't have their own aluminum. They don't make their own aluminum. They need French aluminum from French English speaking people.
Or it devastates their manufacturing.
Devastates their manufacturing. Is this actually true? Is this the truth? Can they not make their own aluminum and not devastate their own economy? Do they really need all of ours? I mean, it might be the case. It's been a symbiotic relationship for a long time.
They're in desperate need of our high-grade nickel from Ontario. They need the energy from Ontario, the electricity, and they need the potash from Saskatchewan that gets shipped down to all the farmers in the U.S.
That one, I think there's not very many other sources for potash. We may have everybody by the balls with our potash. Isn't that funny? Don't you like saying potash, everybody? Potash. Say it with me, everybody, right now. Is there anybody here? Am I just talking to a camera right now? Potash. 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 What comes to mind when you say potash?
They need the uranium that comes from Saskatchewan that gets processed here in Port Hope.
Uranium. That, I think, is a big one. That's for nuclear energy, I believe. And if I remember correctly, time travel.
They need.
That's what they need.
And all I believe in is
Do you think they need the uranium for time travel? Do we want to go down this road? I don't think we do. Is time travel possible?
MCAN fortresses. Let's ship them more.
Let's send even more of the stuff that everybody wants to everybody. Obviously, like Why is this even something that we even have to think about? Really? Is like, do we really have to think about people like selling more stuff? Like if we got all this stuff and everybody wants it and they're willing to even pay more than we're currently getting for it. Somebody explain to me what's going on. Why is this an issue? Why is this an issue? Can you tell me why it's an issue? Anybody in the chat? Do you understand why it's why this is an issue? Why can't we just figure this out? Hey, who wants the oil? You? This is how much it costs. $120 a barrel. Okay, don't take it. How about you? I'll take it for $120 a barrel. We need it. Okay, there you go. Some for you, whoever you are, right? How about you? I'll give you $111 a barrel for a million barrels a day. Oh, no problem. Absolutely. And then what about, like, don't you think other countries will pay for pipelines here to get the shit over to them, right? Or however else we need to transport this stuff? Maybe we can transport oil by drone now to other places. I mean, there's some pretty crazy drones out there apparently. But I digress. For some reason, I have the need to bring drones into this now. Okay, but let's just say that we can go out there and say, hey, what about potash? Who needs potash? And everybody, it seems like everybody in the world needs potash, right? Everybody needs potash. So, okay. How much you want to pay for this bushel of potash? How does potash come in bags? How does potash get sold? I don't even know. Let's check this out. How does potash get shipped? Potash is transported by train. Okay. Yeah. Okay. How's it potash get packed on the train? Loaded into rail car, mine transported to ports. How does potash get, what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? How does potash get, God damn it, this is never going to work. Okay, anyway, so somehow they get it on the goddamn train. How do they do it? Anybody know? Mineral form, pot, 420. Security contracts give the states priority to our oil. What does that mean? In 1981, we delivered potash from Quebec to Florida via 18-wheeler. So what do? They just fucking load it onto the trains and into the trucks, and it's not in bags? It's not in like a box? Like on a pallet or something? How potash, they just throw it loose into? We got to find the video on that. But, okay. So anyways, the point is who needs some potash? You want some potash? Oh, everybody wants potash? Why are we selling potash for $14 a bag, right? We should be selling it for $40 a bag. Hey, you want potash? Hey, buddy, you want some potash? You want some high quality potash? Get your potash here. Okay, I'll pay you $40 a bag. Okay, you get potash. And guess what happens when you get the potash? You get to make the food. So maybe we should put it out on the market like Bitcoin, right? Like Bitcoin, there's a limited amount of Bitcoin out there. So everybody thinks it's worth something more than it is, right? There's a limited amount of potash. That thing's going to skyrocket if you let it go. If you take off the training wheels, if you stop holding back the potash, potash could help us rule the world, right? But instead, like, we're fighting about tariffs, and this is just silly. And I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore. Okay, so we got Americans fighting. Oh, and then this is an interesting point that somebody made on Twitter. I'm not even okay, fine. I'll share my screen. You see this? You see this right here? Given Canada supplies much of America's lumber and the amount of lumber that will be needed to rebuild LA. And we're going to talk about LA today because, I mean, I've had it on my list for days. Is it really a strategic time to start a tariff war with Canada? Ha, ha, ha. Good point. Everyone is going to build with concrete. Why would they make the same mistake? That's a good point. Concrete, no good for earthquakes. Is that true? Is that true? Build them out of concrete. Okay, so anyways, apparently the way to deal with that is to just use their own concrete, and that makes sense to me. But is concrete okay for, is it okay for earthquakes? I don't know. Same as corn. Corn is in the same breath as potash. Are you sure? Does anybody else make potash? Who else makes potash? What the fuck is potash anyways? China, Brazil. Okay, so there's other ways to get potash. Hold on. Who else makes potash? Indian. Okay. There's other countries. What? Who else? What other countries? Other countries. China, Israel, Jordan, Laos, Germany, United States, Spain, and Brazil. Oh. United States has potash deposits in New Mexico. Oh, and Michigan. Oh, Michigan. Really? Why isn't there a potash revolution in Michigan replacing the car manufacturing? Anyways, enough about fucking potash. Why am I so obsessed with potash right now? Okay, so anyways, not a good idea though, probably, if you're going to need lumber to start a trade tariff war with Canada over lumber. But do we really think that there's going to be this war, this tariff war? Is this really going to happen? Are we really, really concerned about this? I mean, if I was them, I would fucking hammer us right now because we've got no leadership, right? So, okay, the original question was, are we being invaded? And the answer to the question is we've already been invaded. We've been invaded forever, okay? We were invaded how long ago? How long ago, okay? I mean, don't we feel like Chinese interests are somehow ahead of the Canadian interests? It seems like there's other interests here. I mean, if you look around, it looks like we've been invaded by an Indian country. India. Well, I guess, how many Indian countries are there? But I mean, we certainly have been invaded by a bunch of Indians. Whether they're here to invade or not is another question. It seems like the Palestinians here, Syrians, all these refugees here, they're pissed. It seems like they're really pissed about all kinds of things. They're bringing their problems here. Everything is a goddamn disaster. And here we are because we have no leadership. And this is like we are fracturing all over the place, right? We have no leadership. We have too many people hanging around. Everybody's getting pissed off. Everybody is getting crazy. If you're here, can I get a like? Can I get a Can I get a like? Can I get a comment in the... Say hi. Let me know you're here in the chat. Give me a like. Please give me a like. Okay? Subscribe to the channel. Do something. Do something. Okay? But I think we've been invaded by China. I think we've been invaded by India. I think we've been invaded by Palestine and by Russia probably, and literally everybody, okay? Because look around. I mean, we're a melting pot. It used to be a feature. Now it's a bug, okay? Now the pot melted and it's boiling over and it's too much. And there's too many different cultures here. It's okay to come here. Come here. Bring your family. Bring everybody. You deserve a better life. You deserve to be happy. But blend. Blend in. God damn it. Become Canadian. Please, okay? Come here. Enjoy everything. But blend in. Make an effort. Make an effort to speak English. Send your kids like my parents did, the French immersion, okay? If you want to talk about trauma, okay? You want to talk about trauma? Send your kids. Anybody, any other French immersioners there? Hi, Yig. How do you say your name? YGG. Hi, Yig, Iggy. Anyways, what the hell was I talking about? Does it really matter? The whole point is that I just flap my gums here for an hour. I hopefully say a couple of things. Maybe more people watch it every day. That'd be cool. But, okay, buckle up. Okay, they need our uranium. Okay, I talked about that. Housing bubble here in Canada. Do we want to talk about that? I got this interesting chart that Daniel Foch put up. I'm not really sure what it means. Maybe you can help me understand it. Maybe it doesn't matter. It says so far. Hold on a sec. Let me pull this thing up. Gotta love Daniel Foch. Who doesn't love Daniel Foch? So far, Canada's current housing correction, the one we're in, not the one that's coming, we're in one, right, is worse than all other corrections except for 1995 Vancouver. Okay, how does this thing work? Canada 2022. Well, where is the current one? Do we see it? Does this chart even mean anything, actually? Are we pointing to 2022? Vancouver 1995. This is the worst one, he's saying. But now it's worse. I don't see any lines underneath it. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have showed this thing. Maybe that was a bad idea. I didn't think it through. Sorry. I was at city council all fucking day today, and I didn't prepare properly. Don't focus too much on the Americans invading. You seem pretty worried. Well, Dawn, I'm worried because I realized yesterday that it's guys like you that are going to defend this place. And guys like my son's buddy Pan that are going to defend this place. And, like, I hate to break it to everybody out there, but, like, you know, like, everybody thinks that they're good in war situations because they play Call of Duty, right? They play video games, and, you know, that's really cool. And, you know, my son thinks he could load a gun, shoot a gun, and he could probably, you know, take out a few of the enemies if he was given the opportunity. And I'm sure Don would smoke some guys with some of the stuff that he has at his disposal. But, I mean, we're no match for air attacks and drone attacks and who knows what else. I mean, come on. But I'm not so worried about them actually invading as I am us getting sucked up into them. And I'm not even that worried. I mean, I'm kind of on board with it because this place has gone to fucking hell in a handbag and I can't do it anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. And, like, all the policies aside, get rid of all the horse shit and all the red tape when you're trying to build something and all these stupid policies that constantly get put in place, and forget about that our RCMP runs people over in wheelchairs with horses, and we freeze people's bank accounts, and we force people to take the jab or whatever the hell we got to call it these days. Forget about all that shit. Look outside right now. Go outside. There's snow everywhere. There's snow on my car. There's snow on my driveway. There's snow on my grass. There's snow on my trees. There's snow on my roof. I have to put on 8,000 layers to leave my house comfortably. This is why I can't stand this country more than anything. And I was born here. I should really be used to the cold. But I can't. I can't get used to the cold because I've been to the other side. I've been to really warm countries too often, and I'm spoiled. And I don't want to live here anymore. I want to live in the warmth. I want to have fresh fruit that I don't have to worry about it being sprayed and covered in shit and killing my kids and all kinds of stuff. Welcome to Canada. Okay, so forget about the housing bubble chart. You know what? Should we talk about the Toronto tax rate hike, another Toronto property tax hike for 2025 after that gigantic one next year. Should we talk about that? Or should we get into the wildfires in California? Because this is not a real estate show, right? This is everything show. This is whatever the hell I'm thinking about and talking about and watching on TikTok kind of show. What do you think? Anybody in the chat have a preference? Does anybody want to make a decision here? It's like a choose your own adventure, chat. Do you want to talk taxes or do you want to talk California wildfires? Anyone? Anyone? All right. We're going to talk about the taxes because that's going to be quick. And then we're going to end this bad boy on the wildfire. Okay? What did we decide about an invasion? Have we been invaded? Are we being invaded? I guess we'll see. We got a few more days and we're going to see what the fuck happens. But brace yourself, folks, because tariffs will not be fun without leadership to do anything about it. Can I get a wah in the chat? Anybody? I see that there's people here. Say something, god damn it. All right. 6.9%. God damn. 6.9%. Here, hold on a sec. Got to open this up. And boom. What a 6.9% tax hike gets you. Nothing. We don't even have to read it. Toronto's latest proposed budget is asking residents to pay a little bit more on the heels of a historic 9.5% tax hike just a year ago. What is this? CP24. Joshua Freeman. Okay, are you impartial or are you full of shit, Joshua Freeman? City staff say the latest proposed increase of 6.9%, including the city building fund. What does that fucking mean? Including the city building fund. Works out to around $268.37 for an average household in the city. What is this part here? Including the city building fund. City staff say the latest proposed increase of 6.9%, including. So this is not only property tax. This is towards some building fund. Here are a few things that increase will buy if the budget is approved. Bull fucking shit. You know what it's going to buy? Okay, fuck you guys. You know what it's going to buy, honestly? What's 6.9% going to buy? What did the last 9.5% buy? What did the previous 3.5% buy? What? Do you feel like you're getting anything for your fucking taxes? How much do you pay in taxes? I think I calculated I pay like 80% in taxes. Okay? By the end of the day, after I pay property taxes, land transfer taxes, sales taxes, inflation taxes, it's like 83%. Okay? This is not sustainable. But I digress. Do I have to digress? What else is going on with this thing? Did anybody else say anything interesting about this? I don't think so. 6.9%. And that's for the average, 238 more on average. Is that per year or per? Who the hell knows? That's a load of bullshit. Depends on how much your house is, what part of the city you're in. Like, come on. That's bullshit. Anyways, okay. Maybe this is the part that you've been waiting for. Maybe you just left it running and you're not waiting for anything. But there's some weird stuff going on with this fire. Is this the thing that I want to show you first? I don't know if this is the one I want to show you first. I got a whole bunch of stuff here. We'll just do them in order because I don't have the fucking patience. Okay, ready? Here we go. This is a person on TikTok. They're talking about the fires, and she's noticing something kind of interesting. Check it out.
Something to me. How are the houses destroyed? But all of the fucking trees.
Look, all this stuff here, these are all trees. And this is like fucked up houses, like devastated, crushed houses. Smashed, fire,
Are
burned.
intact.
How do houses burn and trees don't burn is the question. How does this work? How?
Could just somebody enlighten me?
Someone enlighten us, okay? I'm not going to finish the rest of that video. But that's kind of weird, isn't it? Is that weird? Anybody here? Am I talking to myself? Okay, I'm talking to myself. If you're in the chat and you think it's weird that there are trees unsinged beside houses that have been decimated, then I guess we'll just move on. All right, let's move on. What else do I got? Okay, I get rid of you. I open you. And what's this? Whoa, it's loud, whatever it is. Let me turn that down. Okay, this is a little bit of a conspiracy, I guess, going on. California wildfires line up exactly in the same path as the California high-speed rail system. I'm going to spare you the audio on this one because I am. I'm just going to spare you. But yeah, if you see where I don't know if this is real, but kind of interesting. Looks like they're kind of following a similar pattern. A similar pattern. Okay, so that was kind of dumb. What do we got here? What's this one all about? Should I show this one? Is this one? No. Video currently unavailable. What happened there? Okay, what about this one? What's this? My house and everything I own. Okay, this is probably worth looking at. My house and everything I own is gone. Wildfires push LA real estate to the brink. Kitty Wallace is still closing deals. So I'm going to spare you me reading it. But basically what's going on here, they're saying there's $52 billion of damage so far. These things are still blazing. But apparently they're closing deals inside the fire zone, but outside of where there's currently fires. So the real estate's still real estating in LA and around these wildfires. I'll leave it here on the screen. 17 miles east of the Eden fire, right? Part of a 1031 exchange. So they gotta close that bad boy. Because otherwise they're going to have to pay taxes if they don't spend that money inside their 1031 exchange. A wonderful rule they have in the States. But I guess maybe, if everything works out, then I suppose having real estate near where everybody's losing their houses is not the dumbest move in the world, is it? Let's think this through. I mean, if you want to take advantage of a situation, that is ripe for the taking, for sure. And if you are the only game in town and you have the only accommodations anywhere near things, because, I mean, I hear people that were about to sign leases or just sign leases, the landlord called them back and said, sorry, like price is going up. That's kind of crappy. But look, it's demand and supply. And it seems to me that based on what I've seen out that way, that the supply has disappeared and the demand has likely increased quite a bit, right? Like quite a bit. And really, the rest of the stuff here on these wildfires that I have to show you is really not worth seeing. So, have you seen any of these wildfires? Have you seen the people? Have you seen the people that they caught actually lighting the wildfires? Have you seen this? There have been people caught lighting more fires, and there have been people who are looting people's houses that have been burnt and decimated or haven't been. There's people going to the houses that didn't get decimated, that the people evacuated, and these fuckers are coming and they're taking people's shit out of their houses and running down the street before they get caught. And nobody's going to do anything. It's going to, I guess, be an insurance thing. I wonder how, that's a whole other side of the story, is that all the insurance got canceled. It's pretty crazy. So should Canada increase its European portion of immigrants to enhance diversity? I don't know. I mean, why don't we just bring in the best people that want to come into the country? I thought we used to do that. I thought we used to screen people and test them and make sure that they were net positive for the country. So I don't care where they're from. I don't care if they're all from India, but like this batch didn't get sorted properly. Okay. This batch is wrong. There's lots of problems with this batch. I just heard that they're implementing some new visa for Canadians to go to Europe. Did anybody hear about that? I think that that's a horrible idea. But I don't know. We're going to see. I think it's a horrible idea, but they're talking about making us have to go for some other kind of visas so that we can go travel to Europe now. So I don't know why. Don't they need our natural gas? Don't they need our potash? Don't they need our oil? Like, why is everybody fucking around with Canada right now? Because we have no leadership and everybody is going to pounce on us. And now the bloody bastard prolonged us is what he did. He prolonged this goddamn experience for even longer. And it's enough already. It's enough. I've had it. We should all have had it by now. Okay? It's enough. It's absolutely enough. We shouldn't be bullied. Okay? I'm tired of being bullied. Carney versus Pierre. God damn. Like, Carney is apparently a multi-billionaire. He's been the head of the Bank of Canada. He's been the head of the Bank of Britain or UK. Generally, those are not guys that are looking out for the common man. And maybe you're not the common man, right? Maybe you're into whatever he's into. But our choices in the Liberal leadership race are, I mean, we just had a WEF, World Economic Forum puppet in the last bastard for the last 9 years. 96 billion, Carney. Okay. We had that bastard Trudeau, who was part of the World Economic Forum. Jagmeet's part of the World Economic Forum. Chrystia Freeland is part of the World Economic Forum. And Mark Carney is part of the World Economic Forum. Please tell me that Pierre Poilievre is not part of the World Economic Forum. Is he part of the World Economic Forum? Hold on. Is Pierre Poilievre part of the WEF? Okay, that didn't work. Why? World Economic Forum? I don't think he is. I don't think that Pierre Poilievre is part of the World Economic Forum. Charlotte says he is not. Therefore, he is not part of the World Economic Forum. So, it seems like, what about that Indian dude that we talked about before? The Indian guy. Is he part of the World Economic Forum? Anybody? Anyone? Bueller? Is anybody out there? Okay, well, the good news is Pierre is not. So we have one option currently to not be led by the World Economic Forum. And if you don't know who the World Economic Forum is, then I don't know what to tell you. I strongly doubt you're watching this channel if you don't know who the World Economic Forum is. So, but Andrew Scheer was, and Michelle was too. Who's Michelle? Who the hell is Michelle? I guess I need to brush up on my politics if I'm going to be doing a political type show. But, I mean, does it really matter? For fuck's sakes, we got a bunch of morons to choose from. We've got Pierre Poilievre, not part of the World Economic Forum, who is a well-spoken career politician. I'm sure he's in nobody's back pocket. I'm sure he is totally for the people. And I'm sure everything will work out just fine once he gets in office. When? When is this happening? Okay. Let's just say Christia announces before. Okay. Christia announces for sure in the next few days before the inauguration. Mark Carney, has he officially even jumped into the race? Has Mark Carney actually jumped into the race? Okay. See, you guys are talking in the chat. It's good. More people are joining now that I'm ready to end the goddamn thing. Keep talking in the chat. Pierre is very intellectual but has no business experience. Carney does have an impeccable resume. He has an impeccable resume. Absolutely. So does Mr. Wonderful, Kevin O'Leary. He's got a wonderful resume. I would vote for him over all of these hacks, okay? Michael Pham, hello. Welcome to the show. Thanks for coming. Oregano 384. Thank you for being here. Appreciate the support. So, okay. So Carney, I don't even think Carney has officially stepped in. Freeland hasn't officially stepped in. The Indian dude is the only official person running right now. Somebody floated an idea I heard earlier today of Doug Ford going liberal and going against Pierre Poilievre, but I can't see that happening. I'd rather run in Ontario than Canada anyways, I think, but maybe not. Who the hell knows? That guy's got big aspirations. Imagine if his brother didn't die of a crack overdose. Is that what his brother died over? Heart attack? Was it a heart attack induced by a crack overdose? Or was it just straight cocaine, not crack? Is that what killed him? Anyways, imagine if those two boys imagine if they were doing things together. Wasn't business good when we had Rob Ford running this place? Things are going to get worse with Chow here in Toronto. That's for damn sure. Who the hell voted for Chow? Did anybody vote for Chow? Anybody here vote for Chow? Cancer. Resilva one says cancer and has contributed to the show immensely. Thank you very much. Are you telling me that somebody that we're talking about is a cancer? Are you suggesting that maybe I'm a cancer? Not me. Michael Pham says hi, and then he says, not me. I'm having a tough time following the chat and remembering what the fuck I said. And I don't know how we're going to deal with that. We're probably not. That's just going to be a thing. Or you can refresh my memory in the chat. That might be helpful. Okay, so we have Indian Dude. We have maybe Mark Carney, possibly Chrystia Freeland, and we still don't have Trudeau stepped down because we haven't picked the replacement. Must be, not me, for Olivia Chow. Got it. You didn't vote for Olivia Chow. No one voted for Olivia Chow. Did anybody even know who Olivia Chow was before she was the mayor of our city all of a sudden? Because for me, I feel like it was like, we're voting for mayor and boom, this Chinese woman who can't speak any English that I've never heard of is all of a sudden the mayor of the most populated city in the country. That doesn't make any sense. How the hell do you stay organized at work? Are you asking me, Don? RE. For real estate, how do I stay organized? I am so fucking organized. It's crazy. Like, if you could see my desk, there's like, it's so organized. If you look behind me, I mean, there's not much going on there, but I'm fairly organized. Okay. I'm an organized guy, Don. I just am. I don't know how it happened. But today I wasn't organized for the show, and I apologize. It's not a very good show. I'm going to get better. I make that promise to you. I'm doing my best. But I was at City Hall all fucking day today. The whole day. It was like, I was supposed to start at 10 o'clock. It was supposed to be an easy peasy slam dunk. And man, I'm going to have a whole show about this thing. We're going to have to review it. It's on YouTube. They streamed it. There's some funny shit in there. I was actually supposed to play that for you guys, and I forgot. I really should have done that. Tomorrow, we are going to go over the meeting and what happened. And maybe I'll even tell you guys a little bit of what happened behind the scenes, because what you see and what happens, not entirely the same. Not entirely the same. Okay, let's see. They voted her in because of Jack Layton. Okay. Well, I don't know about that. All I know is that sounds like a horrible fucking reason to vote her in. Don't you need more reasons than Jack Layton? Whoever the hell that is and whatever that even means. Don't you need more? By the way, somebody hit a like button. It's been a while. There's more people in here now. Hit the like button, please. Make a comment. Okay, let's see. Do you prefer Toronto Bow, or did you like it more when you were growing up? Oh, now, or did you like it more when you were growing up? As in overall experience, feeling is effing living here. Okay, I don't know what that means, but I definitely loved living here 5 years ago. Forget about growing up. Growing up here was amazing when I was growing up, okay? Other than the French immersion thing, which I'm sure if I'm doing this every day, you'll hear me bitch about the French immersion thing forever because there's all kinds of reasons and all kinds of evidence that my parents hated me, okay? And that they were trying to fuck me up every chance they got. But the French immersion thing is off the charts, okay? That's the worst thing you could ever do to your kids. Don't do it. There's no need for it. I've used French once in a practical setting, okay? Don't do it. If you like your kids, don't. You're not doing them a favor. You want to do them a favor? Well, up until recently, I would have said teach them Mandarin. But whatever the Indian people are speaking, Hindu or something like that, whatever that language is, I would put that on the list now. But growing up here was fantastic. And I played road hockey and I played video games and I had fun at school, right? And, you know, it was just different. Why was it different? There's so many reasons. It's not only the technology, although I'm pretty sure if I had a phone like I have now or video games like I have now, I would never leave my room. I'd be fucked up and more mentally ill than I currently am for sure. It's a sticky situation right now what these kids are growing up under. And I don't know what I'm talking about this. Oh, right, because you asked me how I liked growing up here. It was a safe city. You could run around. You could drive. I rode my bike to some crazy places, okay? Like I walked downtown as a child. Not like I walked around downtown. I walked from Thornhill to downtown, and I didn't have to worry about it. I walked around downtown at night. I walked around the subway. I didn't have to worry about being burned alive on the subway system or stabbed. I didn't have to worry about being drugged in my drink when I went out, right? I didn't have to worry about shit. You know what I worried about? Why are they raising the price of cigarettes? This is what I worried about all the time because if you remember back in those days, and I think those days were probably the 90s when I would be worrying about cigarettes because it's been a long time since I smoked a cigarette. But, I mean, they were like $4 a pack or $3 a pack. And then, next thing you know, they're $25 a pack. Taxes. This is what I worried about. Like, where am I going to get the money I need for smokes? Where am I going to get the money for some weed? Who's going to buy me my beer? Whose sister, right? Like, these are the things we're worried about. Who's going to let me touch their boobies? Like, these are the things that I worried about as a kid. You could run into like another person's house that you didn't even know and you didn't even have to worry. I mean, you may have had to worry about the lady smacking you with a broom or something, but like nobody was going to shoot you, right? You didn't have to think, shit, is somebody going to break into my house and steal my cars? You didn't have to worry about that kind of shit. You didn't have to worry. My parents, everybody's parents, if you said, okay, I'm out of here, I'll see you later, you had to be home whatever time you had to be home. Lights out, I don't know. I guess at one point in time it was when the lights went out. But like, you didn't have to worry, okay? Our parents didn't worry where we were, right? So we're in the ravine. Jeff's leg is broken. And we're freaking out. Jeff's bleeding all over the place, okay? What the other Jeff is carrying his bike. Mark and David we don't have cell phones, right? Okay. We're in the ravine and we're fucked up and Jeff's leg is broken and we're laughing because we don't know what to do and how we're going to figure this out, right? This is our childhood, right? That's it. Okay. That's it. This is childhood. Things broke. People got fucked up. And nobody gave a shit. Parents were nowhere to be found. No phones. Couldn't communicate with the outside world. What do? We had to drag Jeff forever because we were far, man. We were far. Anyways, I hope Jeff's leg healed properly. I doubt that it did. Okay, what do we got going on in the chat? Frank Bailey's and Chandra Arya and potentially Carrion Gold is running for Liberal leadership. Who are these people? And who the hell cares? Where do they come from? Who picked them? Who's picking these people? Anybody can run? Do we want to do a GoFundMe? I'll fucking run. You want me to run for Prime Minister? I'll run for Prime Minister. What do we think about that? This is a horrible idea. But I would do it. What do you need? $350K? Let's go. We'll raise some $350K and I'll run for Prime Minister and we'll see where it goes. Remember Howard Stern for governor? Howard Stern for governor. Howard Stern for governor. LOL. When is the next show? Reese Silva 1 says. Tomorrow. Every day. Monday through Friday. Maybe bonuses on the weekend. But we're going to do this every day at the same time. Same channel. And we're going to see what happens. And wait, we're putting together some clips too. There's going to be some clips. And I saw the first clip. Aiden made the first clip and it's fucking funny. So look out for that tomorrow. No, you're wrong. My son learned both official languages. It's good for your brain. Fine. It's good for your brain. There's no doubt about it. Learning another language is great for your brain. But learn a language that's fucking useful, that you can use. It's like, I didn't learn Hungarian. My whole family's Hungarian, but what the hell do I want to talk to Hungarians for? About what? Where am I going to use Hungarian ever? Except at like a family bar mitzvah or something. And all of them are speaking English, for God's sakes. Unless they don't want me to know what's going on. So, although French is good for your brain, it's bad for your kid. It's bad. French immersion is a scary place. Okay? You don't know what the hell anybody's saying for like 3 fucking years. And then it's like you're forced to talk in French all the time. Puis-je aller aux toilettes? Like, why can't I just... Can I go to the bathroom? We both speak English. We both speak fucking English. Anyways. Okay. Punjabi is the Sikhs. Hindi is the Hindus. Okay. So maybe we should learn both of those. Seems like it would be a smart idea. But maybe not. Hopefully, we sort this out and we just keep English. No more French, no Punjabi, no anything else. I mean, you drive up and down Yonge Street, you see all kinds of languages. If you're at Yonge and Finch, what do we got there? Arabic? It's like Arabic all over the place. You go to Chinatown, Dundas West there, and it's fucking Chinese everywhere. Go to Ottawa, and it's French. What the hell is going on here? Are we not an English-speaking country, honestly? Why the French? I'm going to die on this hill. Why the French? We're going to do a whole show on why the goddamn French. Which is your favorite part of the GTA and why? Okay. My favorite part of the GTA and why? That's a great question. Well, I'll tell you, at the moment, my favorite part is Forest Hill. And that's because I'm hoping to make a big impact and build a beautiful building that people remember and talk about forever. And this excites me. And because of my recent win at council today, with my approval for my magnificent best property in the city, okay, I am in love and infatuated with Forest Hill. But now, I am also very intrigued by the Bridle Path because that's happening now and I have a property over there too. And those are the reasons, because I am very shallow. Okay? I am a very shallow person and I care about money tremendously. I love money and I'm doing all this stuff for money, not for love. I love what I do, but I love the money. Okay? So let's be clear. And Bridle Path is a very interesting area. It's the wealthiest area in Canada, and there's no buildings there until now. Now there will be buildings there. There's one for sale at the moment. I think they're launching any time now on Post Road. Again, North Drive. Those guys are crushing it. These guys know. But that's the answer. My favorite parts of GTA, Forest Hill, Bridle Path, because I hope to make a lot of money in both. And they're very interesting areas. And things are changing. And people are not going to be happy. Except for me, my investors, and the people that are lucky enough to get units in these buildings. You are a smoker. Wow, what a waste of money. No, I'm not a smoker. I was a smoker. I used to be a smoker. I don't smoke cigarettes. Those are gross. I haven't smoked a cigarette in like 15 years. Even when I was in construction, I couldn't even smoke cigarettes. I had like bum one a day off of one of the guys just to be cool while we're standing there talking. But no, unfortunately, somebody in my family is, not my wife, not my son, but somebody in my family is a smoker. There's nothing I can do about it. It's going to run its course, hopefully. My wife stopped smoking. I stopped smoking. Hopefully my son is too smart to ever start. But yeah, smoking, big waste of money. But hey, here you go. I would vote for you. Charlotte, I believe you. And I would vote for you if you ran, believe it or not. But if this has legs, we could start a GoFundMe and see where it goes. It'd be funny. We get some views. Run for mayor. I don't want to be mayor. Can't make enough of a difference as mayor. Hey, if you're new here and you're you're watching, if you're one of the concurrent viewers at the moment, hit a button. Hit a sub. Hey, hit a sub. Hit a like. Say something in the chat. Please share this with somebody that you love. Okay, we're gonna end this thing right now. Run for mayor? No. Upper and Lower Canada. Upper Canada English. Lower Canada is French. I don't think that's true. Is Galen Weston your neighbor? He's not my neighbor. He may live close to one of my properties. Drake lives pretty close to one of my properties. I am neighbors with Drake, technically. Be really cool if you launched an internship program where you taught amateurs to build houses. Hey, give me a call. I'll teach anybody anything. Do you understand how many people call me looking for advice? Do you know how many people I have met at Kiva's for a bagel and a coffee where they want to learn stuff? And I just answer all their questions, and then they never call me again. They disappear. It's too much. Maybe they realize that they're in over their heads and that it looks easier than it is. Or maybe I come across as a total nut job and nobody wants to listen to me ever again. I have no idea. But if anybody wants to learn anything, like send me a message, give me a shout. No problem. You want to be an intern? Sure. Let's do it. I won't teach. I mean, I don't know if I want to teach you how to build houses because I am building buildings at the moment. Houses is kind of a downgrade at the moment, but I've built houses with the best of them, and I've built some beauties. We can talk about that. I got that on my list of things to talk about. You guys want to talk about my first project, my first house? Not today, but we're going to do it. Dude, that's called a carpentry apprenticeship. Learning how to build a house. Sorry, bud. Listen, Don. I know you carpenters think you guys know everything about building, but you don't. You know a lot. You know a lot. Most of you know nothing. Most of you guys suck. Most of you guys think you know what you're doing, but you don't. You're just pretenders. Now, there are some master carpenters, and I'm sure, Don, you are a master carpenter. And yes, carpenters are building houses, but they are not the developer. They're not the builder. It's different, man. It's different, though. you could frame a house. You could probably form a house. You could probably pour the foundation. I bet guys like Don, you could probably do everything that needs to be done in a house. But can you rezone a property and deal with all that shit without pulling out one of those crazy guns you got and firing up the entire city hall? That's where I think the carpentry guys will fail, because it is goddamn crazy. Goddamn crazy. But there are a lot of duds out there. Yeah, it's called paperwork. Paperwork, Dawn. Okay. You know what's paper? Wood. Where do we get paper from? Wood. You're just putting paper up with nails, bro. This is not rocket science either. Okay? Try dealing with the city councilor and his minions and all the neighbors who literally would have you killed. Like, literally. That's not paperwork. Exactly. That's the hard part. People don't realize. People think it's all fun and games, and all you got to do is buy the property and boom, you make money. Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? We'll see you tomorrow.